Hi, welcome to my MBA dissertation. My name is Adil Ramjon, and the topic of my dissertation is an investigation of the impact of big data on a marketing strategy of a luxury resort. This is a case study of XYZ Limited in Mauritius. So the content of this presentation will go over what data science is. Then we will view an example of data science, which is data visualization and storytelling. Furthermore, we'll look at another example of data science, an application of data science, which is machine learning. And finally, we'll go into the marketing potentials presented by the machine learning algorithms. So starting with data science. So here we have a definition of data science, which says that it is an interdisciplinary field that applies information from data to a wide range of domains using scientific methods, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge from complex and unstructured data. So if we take structured and unstructured data, data science allows us to extract insights from them and turn them into actionable solutions. So different methods that we have to incorporate data science is through data visualization, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data mining, and big data itself. So now if we take a look at data visualization. For data visualization, right here we have a dashboard that shows the guests of XYZ Limited who booked online. This dashboard gathers BTC reservation data for guests that book through the property website for the period of 2015 to 2022. So this dashboard over here shows us direct online bookings, the profiles of these direct bookings, how many emails were collected from them. We can also see an email breakdown per result. For example, if XYZ Limited has 4 properties, we can see here how many guests have been to each property and how these are connected. So these are all informative and very insightful information that we can get through the use of dashboards. Now let's move on to data storytelling. So how can we tell a story using data? Over here we have the top 10 countries based on guest arrival for the period of 2015 all the way up till 2022. So we can see here that in 2017 there was England that was number first among the countries, and then it was overtaken by Mauritius. We can also see that the 3 African countries in the top 10, and there's 6 of them that are from Europe. So we can see how these are growing and how Germany here is overtaking South Africa. Okay, exit this. Alright, good. Okay, so now let's go into what machine learning algorithms are. So we can see an example here where machine learning can help. Let's say we have a prospect list that we usually send emailers to. Machine learning will allow us to qualify these people based on who are most likely to respond to the campaign, based on the high interaction, medium, and low. This is achieved by using probabilistic models such as logistic regression. Logistic regression predicts the chances of buying and not buying, and allow marketers to target most probable buyers at scale. So if we look at the business case here for XYZ Limited, so XYZ Limited is a major resort group in Mauritius running 4 hotels. They provide online booking facilities for which they currently have a database of 900 guests. They also have an emailing marketing database of 10,000 subscribers, and they want to leverage the online booking to allow for fast market penetration. So if we can say here that 10% have already booked online, now we have the opportunity from the rest of these 10,000 subscribers to find who are the most probable buyers. So we'll try to do so using a machine learning algorithm, and the objective of this algorithm is to optimize profitability and market penetration. And we will use these 2 figures here, assuming that the average revenue from an online guest is $1,500 euros, and the cost per acquisition of 25% brings us to 375 euros. So here we have variables that will be used by the algorithm. We have a total of 14 input variables. 4 of them are demographics, such as gender, country, did the guest come in family or did the guest come as a couple. We also have behavior input, such as what room they stayed in, how much revenue they spent on food, which month did they stay, at which hotel did they stay, and how many room nights, how long did they stay. So these are our variables. But how will the machine learning algorithm in itself work? So right here, we'll take the 10% of online buyers that we have and put it into a machine learning model. By using logistic regression and using the buying decisions of 1 and 0, which means 1 they have bought online before and 0 they haven't, we'll be able to predict the likelihood that the remaining 90% of the database will also match the requirement of the online buyers. And then we'll plot this against different percentages. So the algorithm will give us probability of success. So for example, one guest will be most likely based on the data they were provided to be an online buyer, 90%, 60%, 40%, 20%. We have different percentages. And using decile methodology, we will use the revenue figures that we've provided before to identify what our aim is. Are we aiming to target the maximum people? So we'll go for market penetration. Or are we aiming to having the lowest risk? So targeting people who are most likely to comply. So now we will apply the machine learning algorithm to the data. And in the next sheet, we'll look at the results. So here are the strategic marketing options that are available for the 90% of guests remaining in the database. So the assumptions that we made earlier was that the revenue per guest, online guest, is 1,500 euros and the cost per acquisition of 25%. We're also assuming that every emailing campaign that we send will have a conversion rate of 1%. So if we took all 100% of the database, which is 10,000 people, we would have reached a total buyers of 100%. But the percentage of non-buyers that you voted was 0. And using these two figures, these 3 figures, we were able to determine that the profit that will be booked will be 23,000 euros. Now, if we take the top 40% of this 10,000 and predict from these top 30 which one were more likely, instead of targeting the entire database, we'll have 4,000 guests covered here, and this will cover 89% of buyers and 81% of non-buyers will be avoided. This will give us a probability threshold of 11%, and our profit booked will rise up to 47,000 euros. And now, if we don't want to go too much into the market penetration and focus on the top 30%, this will allow us to avoid more non-buyers of 93%. We'll have a higher probability threshold of 17.5%, but given that our cost per acquisition is 25%, which is quite high, this will bring our profit, estimated profit, to be 35,000 euros. So in this case, we can determine if we want to go ahead with this particular dataset of 10,000 guests, our best option is to go for the market penetration of 40%. So this is it for the machine learning algorithm. Now, what can we do with such algorithm? So we have a few options mentioned here. So we can predict the likelihood of organizing an event. For example, we had a lot of guests that got married at a hotel before, but we can't just send an email to people and promote about having their wedding here, because there's a lot of scenarios where this could go wrong. However, what we could do is take, for example, the database of 100 people that got married at the hotel before and extrapolate it onto the database of 10,000 guests and see which one will match most likely match. In that case, we eliminate the risk of sending it to people that will not match based on their profiles. Another example that we have here is activity segments. So we can predict which guests are more likely, for example, to play golf, water sports, tennis, or even book a spa. And finally, we can predict stake compositions. So this is regarding families, couples, and singles. Thank you for your time in watching this presentation. You may now share your feedback on this research by answering the survey below. Thank you.